It is a simple story, yet one that continues to inspire hearts around the world. The story of a humble man whose quiet service transformed not only his city, but the lives of countless individuals across the globe. A man who lived not for recognition, but to serve. A man known not for fame, but for faith. This is the story of Blessed Solanus Casey, a Capuchin friar, a miracle worker, and a model of radical humility. It is a story of devotion, compassion, and unwavering trust in God. A story that reminds us of the power of simple faith, of the quiet holiness that blooms in the most unexpected places. Bernard Francis Casey was born on November 25, 1870, on a small farm near Oak Grove, Wisconsin. He was the sixth of 15 children in a devout Irish immigrant family. Life on the farm was difficult, marked by long winters, hard labor, and little money. But the Casey household was rich in something more enduring, a deep Catholic faith. From an early age, Bernard felt the stirrings of a spiritual calling. He dreamed of becoming a priest, of giving his life to God in service to others. After working as a logger, hospital orderly, and prison guard, he finally entered the seminary. Academic challenges, particularly with Latin, prevented him from becoming a full priest with preaching faculties. But the Capuchin Franciscans accepted him anyway. He was ordained in 1904 as a simplex priest, meaning he could celebrate Mass, but not preach formal sermons or hear confessions. To many, this might have seemed a setback. To Father Solanus, it was a path to deeper humility and holiness. After many assignments throughout the Midwest, Father Solanus was sent to St. Bonaventure Monastery in Detroit in 1924. He prayed to the Blessed Mother for guidance and heard a quiet, unmistakable voice. Go to Detroit. At the monastery, he was assigned the role of porter, the one who answered the door. He would spend 20 years in that humble post, welcoming every soul who knocked, the sick, the hungry, the unemployed, the grieving, the desperate. But his door was no ordinary threshold. It became a spiritual gateway. People would line up for hours just to speak with him. He would listen with kindness, offer gentle counsel, and always encourage prayer and trust in God. He reminded everyone, "Thank God ahead of time." Those simple words became his spiritual trademark, a profound act of faith, believing in God's goodness before the blessing had even arrived. Over the years, stories of miraculous healings and answered prayers began to emerge, not just a few, but hundreds, even thousands. People were reporting physical cures, sudden recoveries, and spiritual conversions after receiving Father Solanus's blessing or asking for his prayers. One woman diagnosed with a rare aggressive brain cancer was told she had only a 20% chance of living 5 years. Today, more than 2 decades later, she is alive, grateful, and attributes her healing to the intercession of Father Solanus. Another woman suffering from a painful inherited skin disorder travelled to pray at his tomb. She came with a long list of prayer requests for others. But as she knelt in prayer, she felt an inner voice say, "Ask for yourself." She did. The healing was immediate and complete, with no medical explanation. These are just 2 among many testimonies attributed to this humble friar's intercession, all pointing to one truth. God works through the humble. Father Solanus's legacy didn't end at the monastery door. In 1929, at the height of the Great Depression, he helped co-found the Capuchin Soup Kitchen in Detroit, a ministry that still operates today, providing over 1 million meals annually to those in need. Out of that same spirit of service grew other ministries. On the Rise Bakery, offering formerly incarcerated men a second chance through employment and community. Earthworks Urban Farm, producing over 6 tons of fresh food each year for underserved families. The Solanus Casey Centre, which now welcomes over 250,000 pilgrims every year. What's most remarkable? These ministries operate without government aid. They're fully supported by the generosity of donors, living proof that Father Solanus's spirit of humble charity continues to touch lives even today. On May 4, 2017, Pope Francis declared Father Solanus Casey blessed, the final step before canonization. This recognition followed a meticulous review of medical documentation surrounding a miraculous healing attributed to his intercession. In order for the Church to declare someone blessed, a miracle must be confirmed, one that defies medical explanation and can be clearly linked to that person's prayerful intercession. This designation is incredibly rare. In fact, only 2 American-born men have ever been declared blessed, and if a second miracle is confirmed, Blessed Solanus Casey will become a canonized saint, an official model of holiness for the entire Church. Blessed Solanus's message couldn't be more relevant for today. He didn't build cathedrals, he didn't publish books, he didn't hold high offices. He simply listened, he prayed, he served, and he trusted God. In a world overwhelmed by noise, competition, and division, his message cuts through with quiet power. Pray, have faith, trust in God, things will work out. His unwavering belief in God's goodness, even in the face of suffering and limitation, makes him a perfect saint for our time, a model of faith in action, of hope when hope feels scarce. On July 31, 1957, Father Solanus Casey passed away at the age of 86 at St. John's Hospital in Detroit. The same day and hour, he had offered his very first Mass 53 years earlier. Over 20,000 people attended his funeral. They came not just to mourn, but to give thanks for a man who had opened doors with a smile, who prayed for strangers as if they were family, who believed that every act of kindness was a path to God. Today, his tomb at the Solanus Casey Centre continues to draw people from all over the world. They come seeking healing, hope, and holiness, and many leave with the very thing they came to find. As we reflect on the life of Blessed Solanus Casey, let us take his message to heart. Let us thank God ahead of time. Let us serve without needing to be seen. Let us believe in miracles, not as superstition, but as signs that God still walks among us. And may we, like Father Solanus, become instruments of peace in a world longing for grace. Blessed Solanus Casey, pray for us.